you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
This is a sham. No. Y'all, just stop. Get real.
Welcome to DBL. Good morning to all of you. Thank you for joining us. I got my nice hot cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And my good friends.
Yes, that's true.
My good friends. It's a good day. All right. I'm sure many of you saw.
Where are they?
I know. I was like, no one responded. I'm like, they're somewhere. They're somewhere out here.
Eulogy you were about to give.
All right, I'm trying to. It's Monday. We're trying to get back into it.
That's right.
Former President Donald Trump, are you excited to start this way? Made history, sweeping all the early nominating contests, cementing his fourth big win in South Carolina on Saturday, which means he beat Nikki Haley with around 60% of the vote, while she got about 40%. But despite all of this, it is her state, by the way. We should make that very clear. Nikki Haley is vowing to fight on. Take a look.
40% is not some tiny group. There are huge numbers of voters in our Republican primaries who are saying they want an alternative. I said earlier this week that no matter what happens in South Carolina, I would continue to run for president.
But why? So with Trump's nomination all but certain at this point, DBL Nation, we want to hear from you. Who are you going to vote for in November? This is kind of anonymous. Don't worry, we're not trying to get at you. Trump, Biden, or are you still undecided? Go to dblvote.com to weigh in. Al, why would Nikki Haley, who lost now in her own state, who this morning her super PAC has disbanded, meaning she ain't got no money, continue?
I mean, at this point, it's probably just to keep her name out there. Until I don't know if she only had one super PAC, but it does seem like there's some large money forces behind her that want her to run against Trump just because it drains the pockets. Trump's got a lot of lawsuits going on, and there's a lot of people in the Republican Party that think he's bad for business. Not bad for votes, but bad for business because he's unpredictable. So some of those large money kind of dark money sources want Nikki to keep running because he's got to keep running against her, and he's got to channel some funds towards her. So I think a lot of it has to do with some people that just don't like Trump and are using Nikki as a go-between because obviously she knows she can't win.
What do you think, Jeff? You think this is a good idea? If you're Nikki Haley, would you bow out? Wouldn't you bow out?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, tell us why.
One, you should put, am I scared to tell you who I'm voting for up there? Seriously. Because when you talk politics, either side you're on. I mean, if you're around Republicans, you're like, I'm voting for Biden. You're like, why? So he could fall over and die? You know, like, either side you're going to get attacked.
Sure.
So I think I'm scared to say should be an option up there, to be honest with you. And then to answer your Nikki Haley question, I wouldn't bow out. Only because stranger things have happened, right? Trump is under a lot of indictments. If something happens that he cannot run, something happens in the next couple of months, guess who the runner-up is? Nikki Haley. And you could be the first female president of the United States. So if your funds are depleted, you have nothing to lose. Why not just stick around, see what happens? And, I mean, by default,
you are that one.
It could be Nikki Haley, or it could be Kamala Harris.
Right.
Depending on what happens and what happens with Joe. Sorry, Joe.
So what do you guys think? If it were Nikki Haley versus Joe Biden, would people be uncomfortable voting for someone they basically don't know, like Nikki Haley? Is she a viable alternative?
But it's the same thing I'd ask. Do you think Joe Biden's going to get replaced before the election? It's a possibility.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to happen.
Right.
But it's
I
definitely
just don't think
a possibility.
Nikki Haley's that popular. Just her stance on IVF, her stance on abortion, the fact that even when she said that, had that little soundbite, she said a lot of people want an alternative to Trump. I would say a lot of people want me. But she's even calling herself just an alternative, like a nameless, faceless alternative. So that's not really going to galvanize the base.
Yeah. Steph, does this all look crazy to you?
No, I actually really enjoy it in comparison to British politics because our scene there is completely different.
In what way?
Oh, we don't have all the drama. Well, we do have a little bit of drama.
Your parliamentary drama's good.
It might be that someone walks out of Parliament or a party does, they says, here, and like, no, and they stand up a little bit, and then they sit back down.
And that's British politics.
But, I'm an immigrant here. I do not have the right to vote, and I'm always told by my green card lawyer to never comment.
Excellent.
But I do think I would love to see Nikki versus Kamala. Like, could that happen? Possibly. That would be a brilliant turn of events.
I do want to say real quickly, there's this reality show called Traitors, and one of the contestants is this guy named John, and he's a Speaker of the House, whatever the equivalent in England is.
Yes, he's on the...
And he's like, I love him. He's like a funny character, and he's well-spoken. I don't know, just funny.
I know
reality
exactly,
stars.
I know exactly who you mean, yes. Did
you like him?
It's a great show, yeah. And people always
He probably did something crazy, and I'm like, hey, John!
We love John.
It's good for that kind of show because...
Is he the Trump over there? Am I getting myself into some muddy water?
He's not
Boris
quite a Trump.
Johnson.
He's not
Okay.
Yes.
That would be
Exactly.
Trump. All right, let's talk about Trump's big win on Saturday. It did come with some warning signs. In exit polls, it was revealed. This is interesting because of what Al and Jeff were saying, that 36% of Republicans think Trump would be unfit to be president if he were convicted of a crime. Here's the other issue. The majority of voters who support Trump are white, elderly people who did not graduate college and believe that the 2020 election was stolen. But there are not enough of those people to win a general election against Biden in November. So do you think Trump can win against Biden given these issues? I have to add the abortion issue. I have to add, since this beginning, I've always said this isn't Trump v. Biden, this is the Roe v. Wade election. I've always said that. In my mind, if Trump, who stacked the court against Roe v. Wade, who overturned it by his power, is up there, women in droves will come out to say, not for my body. Stay out of my doctor's office. None of your business.
A lot of this is optics. We're human beings. And, you know, when you look at people that you've normally voted for your adult life, you see a candidate that's up there with people around them cheering and them giving their speech about what they're going to do. How often can you see Trump in the defendant's chair in a courtroom, him having a rant outside of a courtroom, you hearing about him going broke, you hear about 91 open convictions? It just is, it turns voters off. And even if they were going to vote for him, they're like, maybe I just won't vote at all. But the idea of him galvanizing people by constantly being in and out of court is just a bad look for celebrities or politicians.
I think he's got his followers and America in such a chokehold, they will support him no matter what.
I don't think he has the votes. He is about 37%. You can't win a general with that.
Not crazy.
I don't think so. And the abortion issue drives it down. Let's take a look at what y'all said. Trump, 23% of you. Biden, 72% of you. Undecided, 5%. And some of you just didn't because they were scared to tell us who they were going to vote for. Coming up on DBL, major bombshells about Wendy Williams get revealed on Lifetime. Is the documentary too exploitative? And we've got all the highlights from this weekend's SAG Awards, from the big winners to the nostalgic cast reunions. Stay tuned for that. We did? Yeah. So we got a lot of you voted in and said some. Here we had the crazy Carrie Lake, who almost became governor 4 years later. She can't get her senator campaign off the ground. So people do get tired of all of the convictions and the noise, is what Megan is saying. Does anyone think that the trials and convictions are galvanizing the base successfully?
No.
No one thinks it's helping.
No, because he's losing. That's the thing. If he was being...
He's not really losing since he's won all 4 primaries.
No, but he's losing in court.
But
$500 million.
But it doesn't seem to be reflective in the vote, is what I'm saying.
Well, his people are going to stay with him, but the thing is, you always have, if people are going to vote for me or Jeff, and some people are absolutely going to vote for me, some people are absolutely going to, okay, but there's like 7 people in here that are on the margins. That's who you're going for. He's not worried about his base. He's worried about getting that 6 to 7% of people that can swing elections, those people that can swing a county, that can swing a state. And you're not going to do that when you're constantly losing in court. It's a bad look, especially when you market yourself as a winner that has Trump all over New York City buildings, and now you can't practice, you can't do business in New York City.
I think it's going to be interesting because if you think, well, back to Brexit, right? The young people of England did not vote. They didn't. And it was the same base that Trump has now got supporting him that did vote, and we eventually left the EU, which was the worst decision my country could have ever made, ever. Most of the people are now, I hate to say it, they're dead. They're gone. They're not here. They're not here to see the repercussions of their actions.
They even want to revote, they said on Brexit.
They're desperate. We've been saying for years, we can't afford it. It costs us so much money, billions. But anyway, that's what's happening here now with Trump. The same. So, but the difference here is the younger generation now, with all the abortion problems, issues, bannings, Are they going to come and step forward for their own lives and say, no, we can't have this? Are they going to go against
Can Biden get them to the polls?
Are they going to do it? That's the question.
Biden get them. Welcome back to DBL. So Lifetime aired their Where is Wendy Williams documentary over the weekend. In last night's episode, her son confirmed her diagnosis, saying doctors told him it was, quote, alcohol-induced dementia. The series also showed some of Wendy's drinking. Take a look.
Did you drink this whole thing today?
Yes.
No. But, okay, let's just have a quick conversation about this. Don't you feel like maybe this is a bit excessive? I don't know if you need this right now.
Why?
Because we have a lot of business
I'm
deals
not
going
drunk.
on. I never said you was drunk, but I just don't know if this is a good idea. So you think you're perfectly fine having as many drinks as you want?
Perfectly.
So there were also scenes where Wendy seems seriously confused, like this one where she claims she's returning to TV. Let's take a look at that.
September.
What about September?
I go back on TV.
So now you're saying September is when you're going to be, like, going back? That's
Yeah,
according to
my apartment.
No, you're saying that you said the show.
Well, the show works.
So some fans online are really upset by the documentary showing Wendy in such a negative light, while some are calling the documentary exploitative. What do you all think? Just from a personal point of view, my mom had aphasia and we were never allowed to post any videos, anything like that, just from a home point for her dignity. I think this crosses a line, in my opinion. That was hard to watch. What do you think, Al? You saw it.
Yeah, I saw this, and I mean, and because we're speaking about aphasia, it makes me think about Bruce Willis. His last few years of making films, there were some questionable choices in there, and it makes you wonder with the people around him, or in this case, Wendy, if you don't have people that love you and don't want you exploited, the only thing you have left is your name. And if there is clearly they're in a penthouse in New York City or in Jersey, and that money train's got to keep rolling. So the fact that people are going, well, why did this air? Why did this air? I honestly think that they were hoping that this would look good enough where they could basically shop this around the networks and say, look, she still got to give her a chance, because the money is no longer coming in. I don't know what, I'm sure she's got plenty, but it's no longer continuing. So I think they were looking at this as a shot to show her not in an embarrassing light, but to show people like,
how
hey,
can
Wendy,
you not say that was embarrassing? Wait, let me
Yeah.
say fans are saying she can't consent to being on camera like this. It feels very exploitative. This should have never aired. It's disgusting that they captured the lady's most vulnerable moments like this. I don't understand how anyone could have watched this and been like, yeah, we're good with that. By the way, her eyes are like that because of Graves' disease, not because it's freaky or anything like that. It's an issue, and we should clear that up. Sorry, Steph.
I feel like that clip we just rewatched there, where someone's holding the vodka or spirit bottle, and there's no need for that. There's no need to show whether she's drinking excessively or not. That shouldn't be part of this whatsoever. I think that's absolutely shocking. I think that's private. That's her business. It's nothing to do with the general public. That whole show was meant to be about her podcast. Where is it? Where are we showing anything about her podcast in that? If anything, it's I don't know how the people, like you said, her guardians, her friends.
Now, the Guardians have done a cease and desist for it, but it did air. I mean, they didn't
But who
win.
are the people that are in that footage, which are family members, they are allowing that. They're filming those scenes. That person holding that spirit bottle was fully aware of what he was trying to make out on camera.
What do you
She
think?
doesn't know.
that was her manager.
Yeah.
holding
What do you
it.
think?
But
Yeah.
he knows how that's going to look.
And the family,
He knows.
and the family's not allowed to get in contact with her, so there's this big dispute between her guardians and her family. What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, I think it's just, again, goes back to surrounding yourself, with good people and family members and people who aren't sponging off of you, like you said earlier in the meeting. It's so important to keep one foot on the ground. And once you isolate yourself and cut those people off and get patted on the back with yes decisions all the time, and that includes the public with Britney Spears. I don't care what you say, you're enabling her to continue that behavior and pat her on the back. If if, God forbid, I got to this place, do you see a documentary about Bruce Willis right now? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, because he has family members around him that care. I'm not saying these people don't care, but maybe they care for different reasons. If this was me, my family would know enough about the business to say, we are not letting this get out. Like, he's in a bad place, and we're not letting this get out. This should be, if anything, a learning documentary, not to exploit the things in her life that got her to this moment.
Absolutely. I can't believe she was compos mentis when she signed this. I'm sure we will find that out later. We'll be right back. Switching gears here, welcome back. The Screen Actors Guild Awards were this weekend. It was filled with funny flubs, cast reunions, and big wins. So Oppenheimer winning, dominated Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, and Outstanding Performance by a Cast. On the TV side, you got the Bear cast. They took home Best Male Actor, Best Female Actress, and Outstanding Performance in a Cast by a Comedy Series. Succession won Outstanding Cast Performance in a Drama Series. And of course, Emma Stone has gone viral for her reaction to Lily Gladstone winning Best Female Actress in a lead role. She enthusiastically clapped and cheered for Lily. But everyone is talking about Pedro Pascal's acceptance speech for his performance in The Last of Us. Will it be the last of him? Watch.
I'm a little drunk. I thought I could get drunk. Geez, Louise. I'm making a fool of myself. But thank you so much for this. I'm going to have a panic attack and I'm going to leave.
He ain't drunk.
I agree.
That's not, you don't call it out. When you're really drunk, you find out the next day.
And you say,
I thought he was really going to be drunk.
Right, you say, I'm really drunk.
I like the old school, like 93. Remember people be hammered at the
holding
MTV
their glass.
Music Awards?
Yeah,
What
totally. The SAG Awards were also a big night for old cast members to reunite. The Modern Family cast joked about their lives after their hit show ended. The Breaking Bad cast was thrilled to be reunited, but not all of them were really into the sketch that was written for them. And Meryl Streep, she nearly tripped on the microphone while on stage to present an award, but her Devil Wears Prada co-stars Anne Hathaway and Emily Blunt joined her on stage to troll her with her own lines from the movie. They also handed her glasses and the envelope. She also wore Prada, which is very funny for Devil Wears Prada. Yes, so what do we think?
Let's go back to Emily Blunt real
Please.
fast. You know what I mean? Come on.
Jeff, you had an audible
That was great. I'm
reaction.
glad everyone likes to see a reunion.
You mean Emma Stone, don't
Emma
you?
Stone. Emma Blunt.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're
Emily
talking
Blunt.
about
She looked fantastic
this
too.
one.
Yes, Emma Stone. That's what I'm talking about.
Why?
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you mean, why? That's super duper embarrassing. So, listen, I don't care. That's not your sister that just won, okay?
Maybe
that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. This is how fake Hollywood is.
Steph, does that
show
come
a little
up?
bit of realness. Be like, oh, I really wanted that one. You know what I mean?
I feel like she's cleaned up so much this year. She was happy for someone else.
Listen.
I'm going to give it that.
Get real. Yeah, I love Emma Stone,
Right,
but that was out of control. That was Taylor Swift
Maybe
at the
she
award
thought
show.
she won, and she was so excited, and then she realized I didn't, and then she had to clap too. Like,
It was a little
cover up.
sycophantic for you in that way of, oh, I need to always be yas.
Triple word score.
Thank you. A legendary performer and EGOT winner, of course, the heart of my heart, the light of my life, Barbra Streisand.
That was like her. That was like Emily Stone, whatever reaction I should Go ahead.
Emma Stone, she received the Life Achievement Award. Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Aniston presented her with the award. Jen praised Barbara as an inspiration and icon, but many want more deets about something else she said. Listen.
And while I haven't had the pleasure of working with her yet, I've been fortunate enough to spend cherished time with her over the years. And I even got to kiss her at midnight one New Year's Eve.
So random.
I wish I could be Jennifer Aniston. All right, during her acceptance speech, Barbara reflected on being a SAG-AFTRA member for over 60 years and addressed fellow actors and directors in the room. Take a look.
I've loved working with you, playing with you, and inhabiting that magical world of the movies with you. And most of all, I want to thank you for giving me so much joy just watching all of you on the screen. Thank you for that.
She looks incredible.
She's a queen. She's a queen. If you guys don't know, she's a very funny comedic actress, and I highly recommend Funny Girl. People always think she's this person. She's this hilarious physical comedian, so I love
that
her.
speech, you could really
Well, I'm trying to add some color here.
Yeah. Well, the speech seemed reflective. You know, it's so interesting. They showed Barbara and then they showed Jennifer Aniston, and I'm sure most of the people in that room didn't feel like going. You know, you're in the prime of your career. You're like, this is a 4th award show. Let's get out of here. My friend's got a party in the hills. And she's at the point in her career where she's like, this means something to her, and she's had a chance to be like, wow, this is going to end one day, and like, what a great, really cool career. And I want to say it's been a pleasure to work with the stage managers. And so it just seemed, I really thought that juxtaposition of those two, Jennifer Aniston and Barbara, was like really interesting in terms of like where you are in your career.
I think they both look absolutely fantastic.
Didn't they look good?
Stunning.
Yeah.
And I love Barbara. She can't go wrong. There's glasses, the beret.
Yeah, she's got the old school gloves going on.
Yeah, I mean,
Unbelievable.
she's timeless.
Yeah,
timeless.
she is.
That was so well deserved.
Unbelievable. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you have joint pain, you might want to ditch the meat. According to a Harvard study, people with rheumatoid arthritis can see relief when trying a vegan diet. So that's no meat, dairy, or eggs. That's interesting.
I'm on the exact opposite diet.
Are you all cheese?
Seriously, yeah, it is.
You're all cheese.
It's kind of like, yeah, meat and cheese and... Yeah, pretty much.
Atkins.
Yeah, it is
You're
Atkins.
on the Italian diet.
No. It's like it's what I've been doing since the new year. So I feel good, but I think each person's got to find out what works for their body.
Yes,
So
I didn't know about this Harvard study. Woody, do you have any joint pain? Anyone here on the panel?
No joint pain, but I put together an entertainment center this weekend, and I went to stand up after 4 hours of being on the floor, and I was like, I am sore, and I was sore the next day. So maybe no meat, is that it, or is that just 46?
Try, maybe meatless Monday. Just try once, see how it feels. If your body reacts well, maybe pick it up.
All
It's a
right.
good habit to try. Something that can help your joints, no matter your diet, is Omega XL. It's a really powerful joint support that's helped millions of consumers, and it's backed by 30 years of clinical research. Omega XL's powerful and proven benefits have transformed the lives of athletes, celebrities, and dedicated daily users. So call 1-800-630-5419 or visit omegaxl.com for more information. We love sharing your comments about Babs. Bobby, who I think might be the Bobby from here, wrote, Barbara Streisand is a star. She's timeless. She is.
Well, she means so much to you. It's weird when I see her, I think about you.
Oh, of course. To the Jewish people, she is our God. She is. We pray to her. Jenna said, I think Emma was really happy for Lily. I read their friends. I forgot Emma Stone and Lily Gladstone. They both got each other like stone necklaces.
Oh, cute.
Really hammer that home, huh? All right.
That's what they did.
I mean, it was a.
They're friends.
It was yes, but that was a strange reaction. That's not how human beings react to anything.
Good job, virtue signaling.
Come on, guys.
Okay, bye, guys. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye.